because you believe that a guy named Warren Buffett, pretty well-known guy,
Smart guy.
done okay, I think he's got a future, that he is sending a very loud message around financials. Why and what?
We think so. Last week, he filed his changes in the last quarter, and he put tens of billions of dollars into the financial group, a number of new buys like Goldman Sachs and Travelers, added a lot to Bank America. He's got over about $100 to $150 billion in financials. This is the smartest guy in the investment world in terms of financials. He's making a significant foray into the group because he thinks it's one of the cheaper groups. We're guessing. He thinks it's one of the cheaper groups with very good prospects over the next 3 to 12 months. Jamie Dimon has said the same thing. About 2 years ago, Jamie Dimon made this very significant buy. A year later, the stock was 60% higher, and everybody was focusing on how smart it was that he bought it. We think Buffett's doing the same thing now.
Do you? I mean, it's hard to disagree with Warren Buffett, but is there anything that you would challenge in his assumptions?
We agree with the assessment fully. The earnings of the banking group are very, very good. They're growing nicely. Loan portfolios are very strong. Asset quality is very strong. They're better by a rising interest rate environment. So basically, everything's going well for them except the stock prices. That's the opportunity for investors.
And where do you see the specific opportunity, David?
We think like Buffett, it's pretty much across the board, but our favorites would be J.P. Morgan, Wells Fargo, State Street Bank, BB&T, Goldman Sachs.
You like Wells Fargo, because they've had some issues the last couple of years. You think those issues, I mean, fake checking accounts, that kind of a thing.
Horrible things.
You think the problems are likely behind it?
The problems are being resolved and banked in. We think over the next year they're going to show better trends, and the stock is one of the cheaper in the group. Usually it sells at a premium to the group. The other one that's just gotten massacred in the last few weeks, Goldman Sachs. We think there's going to be a cost to the overseas scandal, but we think it's manageable, and the stock is at book value under 8 times earnings. That's usually a great time to buy Goldman.
So, yeah, because Goldman Sachs has probably been one of the most undercovered stories out there in the markets. I mean, with the one Malaysian development, one MDB scandal going on, ugly stock chart, and a high price stock, which matters for the Dow, right? The Dow is a price-weighted index. Goldman, I believe, is the 4th highest weighted stock in that index. But you're a buyer here.
We definitely are a buyer here. You rarely get to buy a great investment bank at book value. These are very smart guys. They're very, very profitable. They're going to be able to pay off any fines or penalties. You're getting it at a great price.